What's going on, guys? John here, and we are back with the biggest episode in this series thus far, in which we are playing for the Mountain West Championship versus Boise State. This is our second matchup between these two teams, and if you remember, I can't find the thing, but last time we faced them, we got smoked. It was not really a close game. It was one of our two losses on the year. We started off pretty hot, both scoring 14 in the first quarter, and then they just pulled away. We scored 7 points in the fourth, and that was it. Jackie Wolf had 3 picks. It was a struggle. I threw a pick with LaMarcus Brewer that I don't think I even posted. But that was the problem. And Josh Harbor had a great rushing game, and we just did not run the ball with him enough. So I think that is what we've got to remember. I mean, Wolf overall had a good game, but the picks were just terrible. I was throwing dumb passes. I was forcing the ball rather than uh, throwing it away. And I think that's what I slowly started to learn. After this loss, we broke off 7 straight wins in which I threw a total, I believe, of 2 picks. And then the Eastern Michigan State or the Eastern Michigan game happened. We don't need to talk about that one. I threw three. But I mean, Jackie Wolf ended on a hot streak up until Eastern Michigan. And now it all comes down to this. The greatest, the biggest game in school history is starting right now. Boise State, Alaska State for the Mountain West Conference Championship. Honestly, there's a chance that if we win this game, we make the playoffs. Now, I don't know how tiebreakers will work if we win this, though, but I think we'll be the conference champions, which gives us tiebreaker over Boise State. So, this game not only has implications on winning the conference championship, but if we win, we could also make the playoffs. So, this is easily, by far, the biggest game we have ever played. Going back for the kickoff, and we are underway. Emmanuel Ferris back to return the opening kick. And he's going to go nowhere. Here's the offenses. They have a higher third down conversion. We have better yards per game, higher passing rate. But I think we're going to try and make an impact on the ground to start this game. We're going to start first play, Jackie Wolf. Stadium Pulse is through the roof as this is a huge game for both teams, both with playoff aspirations, as Josh Harbor will start with a 4 or 6 yard rush on first down. Stadium Pulse still blowing our eardrums off, as now we're going to go quickly underneath Bryson Jones, who was not going to be able to get the first down. But we're going to go to good old reliable in the QB sneak. We know Jackie Wolf has this in him, and this is really our best goal line play. And we're going to be short. And I think we have to punt this. I don't think it's worth risking it. I mean, unless we're going to go for it. This is a horrible idea. But with this early in the game, going for it on fourth down, but it's going to pay off. Josh Harbor on fourth down, breaks free. Josh Harbor down the sideline and inside the 5. Josh Harbor. What a play. 65 yards for Josh Harbor on 4th and inches from our own 30. And did I make a bad decision going for it? Yes. Do I care? No. 65 yards. He doesn't have the juice to get all the way, but pulling us inside the 5-yard line. Josh Harbor showing that the run game is what we needed, as it's now 1st and goal from the 5. George Ojabo's in the backfield, and he will run it up the middle, and we're going to take an early lead here in Boise. And what a start. The run game was very prevalent here, as of the 80 yards, all but 3 of them were through the run game. As this Boise State team, we know they're really good, led by Demarcus Davis, and they also have a star wide receiver, so something big to watch out for there as they start underneath. It's a 1-yard loss on a quick check down, so we love to see that, but I'm not going to doubt I'm not going to call this game over until it's completely over. Even if we're up by 35, I'm not trusting it. As Davis is going to have wide open running room. And he's going to take a hit. Marcus Moon forces a fumble. And Alaska State has the ball. Davis got too greedy trying to get extra yards. He broke one tackle, thought he could take them all. And Marcus Moon, he's been the laughing stock of this defense for being slow and terrible at coverage for so long. And he's stepping up in the biggest game in school history. As Moon forces a fumble, recovers it himself, and gives us the ball. And we're going to start with that first down run right back to Josh Harbor. It's only going to go for 1 yard, but oh man, a significant turn of events here. Getting the ball back after one play as it's 2nd and 9. Firing, and Bryson Jones drops it. That's something I've been noticing the last couple games. Bryson Jones has been dropping the ball some. As it's now 3rd and 9, we're going bubble screen. And we're going to have blockers. Bryson Jones is going to have a lane. He's going to make up for the drop and bring us inside the 15. Jones has both receptions and all 3 targets for this offense so far. And I like it. As it's 1st and 10, we're going to go back to Josh Harbor. And Harbor's going to bounce off his O-lineman. And another poor rush as just some very poor blocking. But I'm not going to be afraid to continue to go to the run game. I mean, if we get some lead blockers, put Brick Lewis in front of him, George Ojabo's going to get the ball. He's going to get 5, and that sets up a 3rd and 3, which I think we're going to pass here. We're going to have Jordan Houston, Khalil Lewis, Bryson Jones all on the field. 3rd and 3. Wolf has to scramble. He's just going to throw it away. That's going to lead to a field goal. We're obviously within range. I just have to make sure I don't shank this somehow. We got slow-mo, but we drill it. We're going to take a 10-point lead in the first quarter. I mean, if you would have told me that 2 ranked teams would be playing in the Mountain West Conference Championship game, I would have called you crazy. But here we are, as they're going to hand it off. This dude torched us last time we played him. He's their backup running back, and he had like 200 yards and 3 touchdowns. So we cannot let Bandy torch us. But it looks like he's going to get another touch here on 2nd down. As there goes Bandy. Gets hit hard as Brian Winbush is now down, and that's really not good. Our top corner, Brian Winbush, the freshman, is down with an injury, grabbing his ribs. And that's not what you want to see if you are Alaska State, and that's obviously me. So that means Larry Reyna and Marcus Moon are going to come in a lot more. Might even see Malik Moon from time to time as there's another fumble. The ball's on the ground. I don't know if he was down or not, but Emmanuel Volmer recovers. And it's a huge play if it stands, as he was reaching for the first down, and Michael Roderick, a man who's forced many fumbles in his Bears career, knocks it out. It looks like it was going to be very close, and they're not going to review it. It's Bears football once again. Back-to-back fumbles to start off Boise State's game. And it's a 6-yard rush on first down for Josh Harbor. And that is huge. Back-to-back turnovers. As now it's 2nd and 4. We're just going to go screen pass to Jackie Wolf. Or Jordan Houston. Not Jackie Wolf. He's the quarterback. First down. And I know our entire goal was to try and get a bunch of receptions so that Khalil Lewis doesn't transfer. But I'm going to be honest, this is a bit more important right now, as Ojabo is going to go nowhere. Greg Durham injured, the man who made the tackle. I mean, just sticking to the run game has worked. So I know it's 2nd and 10, but I almost feel like going back to the run game might be ideal. We're going to get 3 there, so maybe we should have, actually passed the ball. But now it's 3rd and 7. We are not in field goal range. Here's the snap. And Jordan Houston makes the catch. He fights through hits, and he will get the first down 16 yards on 3rd and 7. And now it's 1st and 10, and we can go right back to the run game. Josh Harbor cuts up the middle, and Harbor is back inside down to the 5. Josh Harbor has 98 yards already on first down and in the first quarter as it's 1st and goal. Wolf scrambles out. It's going to be a holding penalty, so I'm just going to throw it away. There's no point in keeping that play going and risking throwing a pick. So a holding penalty on Patrick O'Keefe. Our O-line is very good at getting these holding penalties, as that makes it 1st and goal from the 15, as we're going to go bit of a scramble drill kind of play, as Wolf's going to roll out. Wolf's going to have open field. Jackie Wolf takes it himself. He's into the end zone, and it's another touchdown for the Bears. And we're going to take a hopefully 17 pending extra point lead on Boise State, and it's a stunner for the 11-1 Broncos, as a team that they did not expect to put up this much of a fight has already scored 17 points. As Wolf just saw the open field, didn't need to do anything, just took it himself, outran everybody, and it's an easy touchdown for the Bears. 1st and 10. We're going to send a QB spy, so we're only blitzing 2 guys. And now we got a guy breaking tacklers, making everybody miss. I mean, when we're not getting lucky turnovers, I think this is going to be a very, very good offense. As we're once again going to QB spy Gerald Hope. This looks like it's going to be a run play, though. But they're going to take it to the end of the quarter. 17-0 in the first quarter. A stunner early on, as Boise State doesn't know what hit him. 125 rushing yards for Alaska State so far. And it's been dominance early on. As I just want to give a shout out to the Mountain West. 3 ranked teams is ridiculous. 3 teams that got over 10 wins. As we also had San Jose State get 10 wins. It's 11-1. I believe San Jose State actually had 11 wins as well, making them 11-1. And we are 10-2, but we got a better record due to, I'm guessing, strength of schedule, because our 2 losses came to, as that almost was a pick, our 2 losses came to Boise State and Oregon. But this is also a huge play, by the way. I don't want to undercut that, as I am going to press coverage here. Press coverage doesn't work when you're not doing man coverage, I guess. As that's a 1st down to Gavin Packer. As 1st and 10, just need to stop these big plays. I can deal with like death by 1,000 paper cuts, because that wastes time. If we can just get these tackles and force them to throw it, make them make the mistake, that's what you want to see. So we're going to QB spy Reggie Horner. They're going to go QB draw, and a huge hit by Michael Roderick. And if I'm their quarterback, Davis, I do not want to see Michael Roderick coming at me. That is the scariest man on this team, forcing fumble after fumble his entire career. As there's going to be an incomplete pass, the pressure gets to him, and it's going to be a punt on 4th and 9. Georgia Corey gets to the quarterback and forces a bad throw. And I think right now the crowd is shocked at the actions, or at the moments that's taking place here, as we're going to go underneath Josh Harbor. And he's going to break a tackle. Josh Harbor down the sideline. He's going to make another man miss. And Josh Harbor has put the team on his back early on. 100 rushing yards and 50 receiving yards in the first half. Josh Harbor truly doing it all, as the rush by Ojabo goes nowhere. But Josh Harbor has just turned it up to another level early on in this game, and he's going to get us another 7. He's over 100 now officially. I said 100 because I think I rounded up from 98. As it's now 3rd and 3. Here's the snap. They send a blitz. Going to LJ Young. LJ Young has the speed, and he's into the end zone for another touchdown. And with that score, we have scored more points in the first half, in the first 15 minutes of this game, than we did in the entirety of the last matchup against Boise State. Jackie Wolf, with men in his face, throws it to LJ Young, who just as a former receiver, has enough speed to outrun defensive backs, and he gets into the end zone and is a 24-0 lead. Davis takes the snap. He's going to hand it off, and Walt Littlejohn's there, and he's going to break Walt Littlejohn tackle. It's a huge run, as that is a unfortunate turn of events. I mean, I couldn't do anything better there. I had Walt Littlejohn completely covered on him, and he just pushed him off, probably because Walt Littlejohn's built like a toddler. But I mean, that's exactly what I wanted to prevent when I talked about last drive. As here's going to be another big play, as breaking a tackle of Michael Roderick. Roderick's still going to get credit for the tackle. As I mean, Michael Roderick has been just a dog, by the way. Just going to put that out there. But no, don't let Bandy get anything. No, please. Thank you, Roderick. I mean, if a defensive back makes a tackle, there's like a 90% chance it's Michael Roderick, it seems like. Roderick is there every play. I think he might be the defensive MVP. If it's not Emmanuel Vollmer, it's Michael Roderick. Purely based on the fact that he forces a ton of fumbles and everything. As, I guess, unbeknownst to us, it is 3rd and 2. I'm going to bring Roderick down into the box. They're going to pass. And Winbush completely just stands behind the defender. Boise State has their first touchdown of the game. It's whoever Jones is. He's in for 6. And they're going to cut the lead down back to 17. 1st and 10, we're going to start with a pass. We're just going to go underneath Khalil Lewis. And Khalil Lewis is going to reach and get the first down. I mean, Jackie Wolf has 132 yards, and he really hasn't even had to do much. I would have guessed he had like 70. But, I mean, the main man of the hour has been Josh Harbor. I mean, you can't talk about this game unless you mention Josh Harbor, as that's going to take us to 2-minute warning. We're up by 17. They get ball at half, though, so I'd like to score one more time before halftime. Just get that extra score on the board. As there's a flag on the play, probably a hold. Yep. As it's Ty Durant with the hold. It's going to make it 2nd and 18, which sucks. And that kind of puts us in a bit of a predicament because we're not really in the area where we can get a first down pretty easily. Like, unless Jordan Houston breaks free on this corner. Yeah, I just had to throw it away there. 3rd and 18, screen pass is going to be our best hope. Just going to hope that Josh Harbor can make some magic happen with his legs again. And no, he cannot. That's actually really bad because Boise State now has a chance. An all right punt gets him back to the 31, but, I mean, all of a sudden, a score here and a score at the end of half, it's a 3-point game if they can score touchdowns on both of them. So, I mean, we've got to be very careful with how we play this. We do have 3 timeouts. As that's a great play by Winbush there, making sure Cameron Jones does not make the catch. And I think that's the biggest thing, just making sure they don't get these big catches. As it's 3rd and 3, they're going screen pass, and it's knocked away. I sent an extra man on the blitz, forcing the ball out and bringing up a 4th down. I'm going to do a semi-conservative play to start this drive just to see what happens. And I think that's going to put us in a little bit of a hurry-up scenario. Like, if we start getting yardage, I'll think about, running some, calling some timeouts and everything. As we're going to go Jordan Houston, he's going to make the catch. He's going to get out of bounds. Patrick O'Keefe is hurt now. That's awesome. But, I mean, just getting these quick out routes is what works for us normally. We're going to go Khalil Lewis. He's going to make a catch. I mean, O'Keefe really doesn't do anything, so I don't know what the point of keeping him in does. As it's 2nd and 6. They're going to leave the middle of the field wide open. Jackie Wolf's going to take it himself, flipping the field. As now we've got a little bit of leeway. 46 seconds, 2 timeouts. As they're going to send an all-out blitz. And that's intercepted. I just tried to throw it out, and he gets hit as he throws, and that's going to be a pick. No. So I gave up another stupid turnover because that's all I do. As there's going to be a huge sack, though. Larry Reyna forces it. We got to keep him out of field goal range because, I mean, I know that's going to be a huge turn of events if we can somehow still prevent them even after the pick. As they're going to just go underneath there. I mean, you got to expect a pass here. Yeah, empty backfield. I've got a QB spy with Volmer. I can't move Volmer. Going underneath to their wide receiver. That's going to make it 4th and 4. They're going to go for this? Why would you not kick the field goal? 4th and 4 in field goal range. Are they saying they need a touchdown already? Well, they're going to get it, whatever it is. And now they've got a shot at the end zone. I mean, I need as many people back in coverage. I'm going to QB spy hope. I'm going to take a Corey with my user. And they're going to be able to get their timeout. They're going to go for this? Okay, no. Okay, they really worry me. I'm going to call a timeout. Just put out my kick formation. I don't know why they would even suggest that. Really hope they don't fake this. That would suck. Kick is up and good. It's a 14-point lead. Still 2 scores. They do get ball at half. 1st and 10. And I don't know how well man coverage is going to work, especially when it's Malik Moon covering him, but they're going to run the ball. So it doesn't even matter. And now we got to put 4 guys on the line. I don't think putting anything less is going to work, especially with this good of a run game. So 4 down linemen as much as humanly possible. And that's going to be a sack. Reggie Horner gets to the QB. A huge sack there. And I am going to also make a quick change and go by speed because they have a lot of fast receivers. So I want the fastest guy being covered by the fastest guy. So that means Brian Winbush is going to be on their star. Larry Reyna is going to be on that guy. And I think Marcus Moon's on a tight end. And Marcus Moon's still torched. No, that's Charles Gore. Why is Marcus Moon not in? I need 3 corners on the field at all times. Huge first down. Charles Gore cannot be in coverage. He is very bad in coverage. As it's 1st and 10. We're going to hand it off. And a beautiful cut. I switched onto the wrong guy. And he's going to break 3 tackles and get into the end zone. Boise State brings it back within a score with another Sua Bandy touchdown. Hate this guy, dude. 1st and 10. We're going to just go back to the run game. Need to go to what's working. And it's not working anymore. Nobody can block. We're going back to the play action on 2nd and 9. It's going to work out again. Jackie Wolf is going to get about 8. And that leads to a very important 3rd and short. We're going to hand it off Josh Harbor. And Josh Harbor is going to have space. Josh Harbor has been an absolute beast. I mean, just such a clutch player. 131 yards in the biggest game of any of these players' lives. Because now we're going to go George Ojabo. That's Chester Bland with a 1st down run. 13 yards for Chester. 2nd and 9. Just going to go underneath Bryson Jones. He's going to get 6. That's going to set up a nice 3rd and 3. We're going to go bunch trail. We're going to have a lot of guys wide. 3rd and 3. I threw it to the wrong guy. I didn't mean to throw it there. I thought Khalil Lewis was that guy. We're going to go for this on 4th and 3, though. I trust George Ojabo to get to the out. Actually, I'm going to go left side. Move Watkins over. He can't move over. We're just going to send it. Ojabo to the outside. He gets there. George Ojabo has enough speed to outrun everybody and get the first on another clutch 3rd down. 2nd and 10. Going back to Josh Harbor on the ground. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And it definitely ain't broke. Josh Harbor, another first down. And that's going to give us a chance at some read option, a little bit of trickery. We'll see what the outside guy does. They go for both. So, I mean, I'm just screwed there. We're going to throw it here. We're going to block Houston. Okay, I got to throw that away. 3rd and goal. The crowd getting very rowdy. The stadium pulls back through the roof. 3rd and goal. Wolf takes the snap. Fires, has a man. Jordan Houston gets back into the end zone. And we are going to take a 2-score lead yet again, thanks to the clutch hands and clutch gene of Jordan Houston. Wolf getting hit as he throws, just throws it to a wide open man thanks to Jordan Houston's defender getting screened. And it's another touchdown. Jackie Wolf is getting killed, by the way. Something to watch out for. Jackie Wolf extremely injured. And Jackie Wolf has a bruised shoulder. He will return soon. I'm just going to click LaMarcus Brewer to play the game, because what they do is if you just have him return, even if they're not on the field, it's still going to keep that high injury risk. So by choosing Brewer, it gives him a little bit of time to recover. Even if by the time we get back, it will still be Jackie Wolf's time. As it's 1st and 10, we're going to go play action, and it's going to go nowhere. Emmanuel Vollmer snuffs that out, as it's now 2nd and 12. And, I mean, this has been a very momentum-based game. As there's a wide open man. I mean, I don't know why you're not covering him. It's inexcusable to have a man that wide open. As it's 1st and 10, we're going to send an all-out blitz. Running back goes in motion. And he gets the ball out. Of course he does, because why wouldn't he? Demarcus Davis has been kind of mid, but, I mean, mid's enough to beat this team. So, 1st and 10, yet again. Calling audibles and nothing's happening. As, I don't know what, I hate zone coverage sometimes. Because, like, you've got 4 guys on the left side of the field, and there's nobody over there. You know dang well nobody's going to make it back over there either. So why do we have 4 guys over there? I don't know. That's going to bring us to the 4th quarter, though. We're up by 14. That's 2 scores. My goal is just going to be cook the rest of the clock. Boise State's goal is obviously going to be score as fast as possible. We'll see who prevails. Another big play. I just couldn't get there with Vollmer fast enough. I tried to lurk it, but I was also trying to cover the underneath. So it's another one of those situations where I'm just stuck with nowhere to, I can't choose either route. As that's going to be a sack. Another coverage sack. Reggie Horner, the man again. He's got 2 tackles, and they're both sacks. As that sets up a 2nd and 16. This looks like it'd be a run formation. And it's going to be a run. And just nobody wants to tackle him, I guess. They cut the distance in half. It's 3rd and 8. 3rd and 8. I'm pass committing here. It just doesn't make sense for you to run the ball on 3rd and 8 unless you're expecting to go for it on 4th down, which they clearly are, and it won't matter because he gets it again, as now Georgia Corey is now down with an injury, and we're dropping like flies. Jackie Wolf's injured, obviously, and then now we've got the injury there, as I need 4 guys on the line. That's a blitz. No, please. Nope. Okay, well. That's a touchdown. I keep getting put in the wrong coverage as Corey has bruised ribs. Touchdown. They're within 7. Jackie Wolf is back. He is beaten and bruised, but he is on the field as we're going to start with a 3-yard rush. Just a simple little underneath. And now it's 2nd and 7. Wolf is feeling it. You can tell. He gets hit again, but he completes it again to Jordan Houston, who will get a big gain. And I'm honestly going to put on shoot clock. Look at that. -10 throw on the run. -8 carry. He is battered. But he is putting it all out on the line for this conference championship, as that's going to be an absolute pancake by Stan Wolfert. And, I mean, we just have to hope that we can get the rest of the way through here. As we're going to have Jordan Houston open on the bubble screen. Houston's not going to be able to get it all the way. It's going to be 3rd and 1. And I think that sets up for a dive with Ojabo. He's going to have a lead blocker going behind our best O-lineman. And Ojabo's going to get there. And Ojabo's going to have a huge run. What a performance from these running backs. George Ojabo has 45 yards. An absolute dog, as it's now 1st and 10. Just going to go underneath. Khalil Lewis, he makes the grab. Makes it 2nd and 5. I mean, Jackie Wolf is just destroyed right now. And he is just completing the passes he needs to complete as he hands it off. Josh Harbor, another 1st down. The clock is chewing. It's under 4 minutes. As even a field goal is going to be enough for right now. As Josh Harbor is going to get it to 2nd and inches. And we're going to run a really ballsy play call with an injured quarterback. We need 1 yard. All we need is that one dive. And Jackie Wolf will get it. Boom, another 1st down. More yards to burn. And after this play, we should be able to get it inside the 2-minute timeout. And now Boise State has to start calling timeouts. They realize the severity of their situation. If we score here, it's a 2-touchdown lead. As we're going to give it to Jordan Houston. Houston is not going to be able to get it there. Gains 1. Another timeout for Boise State. As we're going to go in RPO, I am not going to be afraid to just give it to Josh Harbor. 3rd and goal. Handoff. Harbor. Inside the 5. Boise State's not going to call their timeout. Take it to the 2-minute warning. And they'll have 1 timeout and 2 minutes to get hopefully 10 points. Nicky's kick is up, and it is good. It is a 10-point lead. And I can't pass commit because they're in a run formation, but I mean, you can't run the ball here. They won't. Intercepted! Emmanuel Vollmer! That's gonna ice it! A user lurk! And Emmanuel Vollmer! A pick 6 dagger! A beautiful read from Emmanuel Vollmer. He gets under it and undercuts it, jumps up, outruns the tight end, runs over the quarterback, and is into the end zone for a touchdown. And that is amazing. What a play by Emmanuel Vollmer. And it's now a 3-score lead with 1:46 left. This has to be a pass. They're running the ball. Are they conceding the game already? 6 yards. They're going to run hurry up. I mean, you cannot run the ball there. That's just a brain dead play, even if it gains 6 yards. Going deep. Winbush knocked away. Big play by Brian Winbush. That's a 3rd and 4. Emmanuel Vollmer's off the field. It's Morris in. And that's going to be a huge catch. Reyna can't get there. But they're running low on time. Clock is ticking. 1:19. Here's the snap. Flag on the play. Is this a roughing the passer? It better not be. It better be a hold. It's going to be a roughing. It's going to be a pass interference? What? They're going to call me for a pass interference on that? I mean, it doesn't matter. They're going to decline it. But that's just a ridiculous PI call. I was playing what they call coverage. As a minute left on the clock. And he's going to go down. Reggie Horner, his third sack of the game. Elite defense as Reggie Horner makes the biggest play of his career. And now they're going to get a first down. There's 52 seconds left. You need to go faster than this. You need a touchdown on this play, which I'm not going to say they can't do. I mean, I would 100% not be surprised if they're going to spike it. 48 seconds. I'm sending 3 guys, except one of them's going to be a QB spy. I'm going to user Marcus Moon. Here we go. Incomplete pass. 3rd and 10. I hope all of the fans we have here are going to storm. They better storm the field. There's going to be like 4 people here, but they're all storming. As that's going to be a touchdown for Davis, but I think it's too little too late. They're going to kick the extra point. That'd make it a 10-point game. So they need a touchdown. Then they need the onside kick here. And then they need a score, and then another onside kick, and then a score. But it doesn't matter. Deontay Littlejohn picks it up. And that is going to do it. Jackie Wolf is beaten, and he's bruised. But he's going to take the knee victorious. The Bears have won the Mountain West. What an effort from this team. They tried to stop us with injuries. They tried to injure our quarterback. I'll tell you one man they couldn't stop, and that man's name was Josh Harbor. Give this man his player of the game. He deserved it more than anyone else. I mean, any of these players could have gotten player of the game. Reggie Horner had 3 sacks. Emmanuel Vollmer, the pick 6. Josh Harbor had an amazing offensive game. Jackie Wolf was awesome. But we have the trophy. Something I did not expect to say at the end of the season. But we take down Boise State and have won the Mountain West. Demarcus Davis had 2 touchdowns and the interception. Jackie Wolf, 16 for 22, 178 yards. Did not throw it very much. 2 touchdowns and a stupid pick. Rushing, though, I mean, you got to give this man the trophy. Josh Harbor, 169 yards. He didn't get a touchdown, but he did so much more. 65-yard rush on the first drive of the game. Ojabo had 45 and finished off that first drive with a touchdown. Jackie Wolf had a rushing touchdown. Chester Bland even had a good rush. I mean, Jordan Houston had 53 and a touchdown. Josh Harbor had 47. Bryson Jones had 31. LJ Young had 26 and that big touchdown. Khalil Lewis had 21. Defensively, Michael Roderick, another guy that could deserve player of the game. 11 tackles, 10 for Marcus Moon. 3 TFLs for Reggie Horner, 2 for Vollmer, 1 for Reyna and Moon. 3 sacks for Reggie freaking Horner. The pick for Vollmer, that was the play of the game, if I had to give it to one play. 2 forced fumbles by Moon and Roderick, and we recovered both of them. And just an amazing game. Emmanuel Vollmer with a touchdown to seal the deal. Oh my gosh, what a game. And Alaska State is the Mountain West champion. Mountain West champions. Never thought that this would be the season. What a performance, though, from the whole team. Our first ever conference championship game. And if you go to our trophy room, there's going to be a lot of stuff in here, isn't there? Oh, no, just this one. That's rivalries. Look at that. Wow. I mean, that's just amazing. I'm speechless, honestly. Hope you guys enjoyed that game. That was a thriller. And we're going to sim to next week. See who won all the other conference championship games. As Keontae Stroud, the 4-star wide receiver, commits. Edward Wiggins commits. 2 big commits as well. And look at that. Playing style. I mean, Emmanuel Vollmer is still there. Guess who isn't there? Khalil Lewis. But another big thing, look at our rating. We're the number 12 ranked team in the nation. And that has me thinking, as Emmanuel Vollmer wins Defensive Player of the Week, well-deserved. Josh Harbor wins Offensive Player of the Week, well-deserved. Josh Harbor should get National Player of the Week. As I wonder, Are we in this? Wow. I mean, I'm not gonna. I don't want to spoil that because I think it's probably gonna tell us very shortly whether or not we actually made the playoffs. Um, but I'm gonna quickly upgrade those two stats, and we're just gonna casually sim to next week. I wonder what's gonna happen. We're the number 12 ranked team in the nation. Well, we got another commit. The punter Marvin Timms commits. Love to see that. Wow, number 12 ranked team in the nation. Bryce Baker, I don't know where I got Parker from, wins the Heisman. Emmanuel Vollmer wins the Dick Butkus Award. I think that's linebacker of the year. And we are in the college football playoffs. You've got to be joking. We are going to face off against Alabama, to be fair. It's not going to be an easy game. We're probably going to lose by 40. But in year five, starting with a team that was a 37 overall, we have turned a team this bad into a playoff team. As we'll just quickly go through the award winners. Yeah, obviously, Bryce Baker wins the Heisman and the Walter Camp. Coach of the Year, we somehow snuck in at number 10. I think we deserve to be higher than that, but that's just my personal opinion. Career record, 26 and 13. Quarterback of the Year, we're obviously not going to be on here. I mean, Emmanuel Vollmer was one away from winning Defensive Player of the Year. And I mean, if you look at the stats, 49 tackles, that's why he ends up losing. 33 TFLs, 8 sacks. I mean, he had more TFLs and not even close to the amount of sacks. But I mean, this guy probably deserved it more. But I mean, just think about how good Emmanuel Vollmer was. Just insane. Bronco Nagurski, obviously Isadora. These are the same two awards. So Isadora is going to win both of them. Defensive back, we're obviously not going to be on here. Josh Harbor dang near won the running back of the year somehow. I don't understand how. Because he had 1,400 rushing yards. Never mind. I guess I do understand how he almost won it. Lost because he didn't have enough rushing yards. Blitnikoff, we're not going to be on here. Lombardi, we're not going to be on here. Senior QB, no. Defensive end, no. Interior lineman, no. Tight end, no. Assistant coaches, we had two guys getting up here. Linebacker of the year, though, this is awesome. Emmanuel Vollmer, he might transfer. He's probably going to go down as the greatest defensive player in our team's history. Charles Gore also had a great season. He's here as well. Center of the year goes to Dwayne Dubar. Josh Giuliano gets kicker of the year. Punter of the year, Steve Rudder. And then Giorgio Jabo nearly got this award, which I think he deserved. He returned 2 kicks for touchdowns. And then freshman of the year, obviously we didn't really have any good freshmen. And then we're going to go to, I guess we can look at the top 3 Heisman Award finalists, if you guys care. Here are the 5 players. That guy's balding. Holy cow, what a forehead. Sorry. And then we'll just quickly go to All-Americans because this is something you guys probably want to see. National first team, Josh Harbor is a national All-American first team player. He's an All-American. Wow. On the second team, this is where we're going to see both Charles Gore, Emmanuel Vollmer, and Michael Roderick will also make All-American second team. The freshman team, Brian Winbush, that's impressive. And then we're going to go to the Mountain West. Jackie Wolf, Josh Harbor, Jordan Houston, Bryson Jones, Brick Lewis, Antonio Carter, Georgia Corey, Charles Gore, Emmanuel Vollmer, Reggie Horner, and Michael Roderick all make first team. Second team, no offensive players. Marcus Moon and Brian Winbush both make it for defense. And then the all-freshman team, Monty Dwyer, Ty Floyd, and Brian Winbush. So, I mean, honestly, Marcus Moon, senior. Jackie Wolf, senior. Jordan Houston and Bryson Jones, seniors. Brick Lewis, senior. Carter and Okori are seniors. And Michael Roderick's a senior. That's really cool to see so many seniors get there. And I think the last thing, I guess we can check 2 things. first I'll show you guys the commits that we ended up signing. I like to sort them by their star rating. So just really quickly, let me just throw Stroud up there and Lenovi down here. We'll quickly look at their uh, what's it called? Um, development traits. Tavares Cribbs is normal dev. Impact dev for Keontae Stroud. Normal for Norman. Impact for Norija. Normal for Bandy. Star for Jamil Ramzour. That's gonna be big. Normal for Fiedler. Normal for Obamanu. Impact for Kafka. Impact for Nunez. Impact for Lane. Normal for Tia Laiva. Lavia. My bad. Edward Wiggins. Normal. Normal for Marvin Timms. And normal for Joey Lenovi. And that's all the guys that we have. Now, the last thing I will show before this episode ends is we will go. I guess we can go to the trophy room. We can look at the extra trophy that we just added. Shout out. No, not. I guess we could check rivalries. How many rivalries have we won? These are not all rivalries. I'm an idiot. Whatever. Oh, hold up. I'm tweaking. Okay. The Butt Kiss Award, obviously won by Emmanuel Volmer. And then we are the national champions. We don't get our logo, which kind of sucks. But whatever. And yeah, so season stats. I mean, Jackie Wolf had a tremendous season. 3,565 yards, 35 touchdowns, 12 picks. That's like an NFL stat line. LaMarcus Brewer, limited attempts, but had 235 yards, 2 touchdowns, and a pick. Eli Smoot, 99 yards and 2 touchdowns. Not bad for all three of them. I mean, touchdown interception rate was pretty close for all three. Same with interception percentage, but Smoot didn't throw an interception, obviously. I mean, just some pretty good like net yards per attempt. Smoot's obviously going to have less attempts, so his is going to be higher. The long, Brewer and Wolf both had 70-plus yard touchdowns, but Jackie Wolf just kept getting hit, and I think that's going to be a big thing we're going to have to watch for next game. He has minus 11 throw on the run, minus 8 speed, and minus 8 carry. So he's not going to have any of that running motion. He's going to have to be a pocket passer completely. Rushing wise, Josh Harbor had a tremendous end of the season. His wear and tear is getting bad, so we're going to have to be careful with that. But 14 touchdowns, 10 rushes of over 20, 186 carries. He was just very reliable. Ojabo ended with 376 and 6 touchdowns, at 4 for over 20. Jackie Wolf, 351 yards, 10 touchdowns. What a performance from Jackie Wolf this season. I get that's probably why he's hurt, because he's taking a lot of these rushing yards, but I don't care. The guy that I based him off of, he loves it. Chester Bland, 37 yards, 2 touchdowns, 31 for Houston, 27 for Brewer, 13 for Smoot, 9 for Lovelace. Nobody in negatives, so that's always a plus. Receiving, I mean, Bryson Jones, we already know. I've said it time and time again. The greatest player in team history. Probably will always be, just purely based off of how good he's been. 1,104 yards, 12 touchdowns. Technically, if Houston gets 48 yards, he could also break 1,000. And if Khalil Lewis gets 158, he'll break 1,000. But look at how many touchdowns each of them got. 12 for Jones, 11 for Houston, 7 for Khalil Lewis. Harbor at 350 and a touchdown. LJ Young at 310 and 3 touchdowns. Ferris, 99, had that touchdown in the second to last game of the year against Eastern Michigan. Ojabo had 55 yards. Watkins had 49 and a touchdown. That was in like the first game of the year. Dyer and Larson had a touchdown. I don't know why I had an accent there. 34 yards and a touchdown. Those are all in one game, I believe. Or at least most of it was. Nick Hepburn had 30 yards on a catch. Jermaine Houston had 17 and that one touchdown. That's his only career touchdown. And then Chester Bland had 15 yards. Nobody in the negatives. Defensively, I mean, Emmanuel Volmer and Marcus Moon surprisingly got a lot of tackles. That scares me because defensive backs should not be leading your team in tackles. But fortunately, Volmer did 33 TFLs, but 3 guys over 80 tackles, Volmer, Moon, and Roderick. TFLs, 33 for Volmer, 24 for Gore, 22 for Corey, 18 for Horner, 14 for Hope, 13 for Carner. Reyna had 12 as a defensive back, and Spriggs had 11. Other guys with notable amounts, Roderick with 9, 6 for Moon and Holly, 4 for Winbush and Purvis, 3 for Wayne, Morris, and Kane. 9 sacks for Horner and Hope led the team, 8.5 for Volmer and Carter, 8 for Corey, 6 for Gore, 4.5 for Reyna, 3 for Holly, 2.5 for Kane, 1.5 for Moon, 1 for Winbush, 2.5 for Spriggs. Our interception leader was two. Volmer had two, Gore had two, Moon had two, Winbush had two, Roderick had two, Purvis and Littlejohn both had one. Touchdowns, four guys had touchdowns. Volmer, Gore, Winbush, and Moon. Uh, Forced fumbles, three for Marcus Moon was pretty impressive. Two for Winbush, Malik Moon, Roderick, and Carter. Malik's, I think, were mostly on special teams, if I remember correctly. Volmer, Purvis, uh, Littlejohn, Hope, Kane, and Friend all had one. I think we had one block. Yeah, Nick Leaman had a block. And then no safeties this year, which is kind of surprising. And then I guess we will also highlight George Ojabo's very good return season. Two return touchdowns, which I honestly wonder how, like, compared to the Mountain West, is that the most? It's the most in the Mountain West, and it's the most in the entire national landscape. I mean, I don't know how you don't give it to this guy. Two touchdowns. I mean, he had one of the longest returns. There's a couple over 100, but he had two, and he had the fifth most yards. I think that's worthy of giving it. Is considering he didn't have the most returns on our team. I don't believe. I guess he did, but I mean, just super impressive from him as well. And I think that's gonna be it for this episode. I guess we can really quick just look at Alabama's team. I am very concerned. Oh boy. Look at those two players right here. They are both 98 overall, wide receivers in their sophomore years with 94 speed. Lord, pray for me. And LeBron, they got a dude named LeBron. We're screwed. They have three receivers that are 90 plus. I'm trying to load their wide receivers, by the way. They've got four receivers 90 plus. They also have six receivers that are higher overall than our best one. Oh man, we are so outmatched, guys. Pray for me because this is going to be an interesting one, I think. Um, but yeah, uh, that'll do it for this episode. If you guys enjoyed this episode, you can leave a like and subscribe, and I'll catch you for EA Sports Game of the Week versus one of the best college teams and organizations of all time in Alabama for a playoff game. I'll catch you guys next time. See ya.